All right, welcome to lab number 10, the final lab of AZ-500. This is about Sentinel, and I just was able to enable it in my environment. I'm going to show you how I did that. So from the search menu, I looked for Sentinel, and then it allows you to create and add a new workspace to Sentinel. And the workspace that we created in lab number 8 is the one that we're supposed to add. So you can find it here on that list. And then just click on it and click on add. And then it will think for a while. And then after that, over here in the Sentinel main view, we can then see that our workspace has actually been added. Again, it takes quite a while to do that. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add the Azure Activity Data Connector to Sentinel. So we first of all need to go to our workspace, and then under here on the left-hand side, we have something called Content Management, and under there is Content Hub, or we could just use the link here on the Get Started page as well. And then we've got all kinds of content available to us right here. So the one that we're interested in is Azure Activity, naturally. And we can see on the right-hand side here, there is this explanation of this particular data connector, basically, what it does. And then there's an install button right here. So we can click on that. And now it has been installed. So next, let's go to configuration. And then data connectors. So here we have our Azure Activity Connector already in place. Here we can see that it is currently disconnected. So then we can click on Open Connector page. Right. So what we have here is we need three things. We need workspace read and write permissions, which are okay. And then we need a policy, and we need a subscription owner, basically, for this particular use case. So if we scroll down to configuration, it's actually going to tell us how to do that, right? First, if we have a legacy connection method, we would need to disconnect our subscription. In our case, this is brand new, so we don't need to do that. Then we want to do the required policy assignments. And we can do that using this wizard. In this scope, we should choose the subscription that we're using, and specifically not choose any resource group. So that's selected. Then further on, let's go next, and next to parameters. And here, the workspace that we want to use is my workspace. Then let's go onwards to remediation. We should create a remediation task. And then configure Azure Activity Logs to stream specified log analytics workspace. That's okay. Systems assigned identity should be in East US. It's okay as well. So it gets onwards to non-compliance message. We could enter something here that's optional. So then we just review and create that data connector. or the policy assignment. So at least for me, the activity connector stays disconnected. Could be a permissions issue in the lab environment that I'm using. I'm hoping that you have better success with that. But we have some additional tasks to do here. So under configuration, we have analytics. And here we have something called rule templates. So these are ready-made templates for us. And we wanted to look at a specific rule here. I think it's this one, suspicious resource deploy. This one, suspicious number of resource creation or deployment activities. So you can see that that uses Azure activity as its data source. So we can click on that. And then on the right-hand side, over here. So hidden by the slider there, we can click on Create Rule. All right. Here are the default settings for the template. It sets the severity as being medium, and it enabled. That's all fine. Then there is logic here. So this is basically what it is looking for. You could change this if you would want to for your particular uses as well. Then whether we want to create an incident from an alert of this type, yes, we do, and whether we want to do some grouping of alerts, and that we don't. Then we have an automated response here, so this is where we could add a playbook as well, which we're going to do in a second. But for now, it's just review and create. And now you can see that it is active. All right, next up, let's create that playbook. We have that as a logic app in the files in GitHub. No? Yes. It's a little bit slow. So I'm just going to upload that. It should be here under all files, and this is 15, the old number of the lab. And that's done. Let's save that, and then just configure it properly. So our user resource group, East US is okay, the name is okay, and then just a username. So I'm going to use the username for this particular lab. Okay, so let's create this. All right, so that's deployed. There we go. This is our logic app. And now we need to do some tricks here. So if you take a look at the logic app, you can see that the connections are not working currently. That's easily solved. So we're just going to change the connection to our user. All right, that's okay now. So the same thing for the next one. And the next one. And the last one. Okay, let's save this. And now let's go back to Sentinel. Configuration analytics down here. And let's just create another rule. I'll call this the playbook demo. And this is going to be initial access. I'll search for it. Yeah. And then logic. So the query is given in the instructions, right? So in case somebody deletes, that didn't work. Oh yeah, there we go. In case somebody deletes a JIT network access policy, then it'll create an error, right? And oh yeah, here it's just not working, right? Now we want to run this query every 5 minutes, so that's the maximum lag. Now we have, otherwise we're happy with the default settings. Then for the incident settings, we're just gonna go with default. We create an incident from this. And then here for the automated response, we're gonna add our workflow. Okay, so let's call this the run change severity playbook, and in the trigger, when the alert is created, manage playbook permissions. Do that for the resource group. Here is apply. All right, so then we can choose our logic app here. I think that should be it, right? And this is probably because the connector isn't ready. But yeah, so this is how we would do it, right? So alert is created, any analytic rule, and then choose this one. That should be it. Okay, so let's play that we did that. Okay. So if you go back to the overview here, one of the things to look at here might be if the security score has already been updated. We've been working on it for a while. No, it's still at 0 for us. But this should change over time, as we have added stuff that adds to security. Then we had our workload protections here. And now we should see, no, we don't see just in time, even though it is actually active. All right. And now what we could do here is remove just-in-time access. So like this. So now it's not configured, or even unsupported again over here. And that's exactly what we wanted to get alerted about, right? So if we go and take a look at the activity log up here, here we go. Delete JIT network access policies has been found in here. So let's go back to Sentinel. So that means that there should be a alert. Now again, it might take a while. Again, for us, because the data connector is not connected, this never actually becomes an incident, but this is where we should be seeing it. And hopefully you do. But yeah, that's it for this particular lab. Sorry that I wasn't able to demo everything, as the I guess the environment doesn't have all of the permissions required. Now that you're at the end of this third lab, then now remember to please delete the resource group that we have been using for labs 8, 9, and this 10th one. You can do that using the UI or then just in PowerShell command. The instructions are referring to the PowerShell command, so that's what I'm going to be using for you. And that's basically the command. I think we're getting in there. Yeah. So remove AZ resource group with the resource group name, and I'm going to force that. And now it's going to do that in the background for us. Thanks a lot for listening to me, and see you in the next course, maybe. Till then.